So I had always like felt a little different and stuff. I noticed that when my friends, like I always seem kind of annoying to my friends, like a lot, and I could never focus. I've never really been able to focus. It's gotten to the point of like tears where I try to like do my math homework or something and I just can't. And I've always been able to make, like in class, if I couldn't focus, I've always been like very obedient. So like the teacher never really looked at me and noticed me for that stuff. Because ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. I have ADHD, and a thing that comes with that is like bad insomnia. I've always had insomnia, and I probably just make it worse by looking at screens and stuff. I have to take sleeping pills, melatonin. So falling asleep's difficult no matter what. It's not really fun, you know, tuning out and having people think you don't care about what they're saying. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. It's like my mind kind of drifts off, but I have to like, it's really hard to keep track. So like, I can do it sometimes, but not always. Like, yeah, I feel like my friends are like, they think I'm annoying and then they invite me places out of pity. There was like this bonfire thing that I was invited to, and I was really glad that I was invited. We were like all sitting around in a big circle, like all 30 of us, and we were talking about stuff, and it was like my turn to talk about it, right? And as I'm talking, I realize I'm going on for like a little bit longer than everyone else. But while I'm talking, some like other people, they just start talking like across the thing, and I was like, and then everyone else starts talking, and I was like, I wasn't done. I was all right, and then I just kind of stopped. Talking to people's scary. I've got like one friend that I can like talk to about personal issues. Like she's really nice. But if I were to talk about like my other friends, they just say like oof or something like that.
Well, what the heck?
You're another version of me.
I'm not another version of you. You're another version of me.
This kid's got a big ego.
Wait, do I have to let my cat out? Yeah, 1 second. I gotta let my cat out.
Are you laughing and his body suspended?
This is why Ready Player One would never work in real. It's not at all how it would be.
I'm back.
Hyper-realistic Ready Player One would have been a masterpiece. It would have been better than like E.T. or Jurassic Park, that we get some generic fantasy thing. Like, look, take off your headset again. Just show us that animation. It would be like a psychological thriller. It's like clipping into the bench.
I am like 4'9", 4'10", and that's really bad for a 15-year-old. When I'm walking, you'd probably think of me as like a 10-year-old. You'd probably think I was like 10 or 11. And most of my friends now, they don't get asked if they need a kid's menu, but I do. I know that's not a big thing, but it just like lets me look into the public perception of me, like when I just go about my daily life.
You
know
that on the kids menu. You're saving money.
I had to leave and move to Texas for some family issues, but back then, I've always had long hair. I had really long hair up until like 6 months ago, and when I went into high school, I said they're gonna be really mean to me. The kids were just ruthless. Like everywhere I went, I heard people saying like, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And they'd call me other things that I don't want to say. But I remember when I went home that day, because we were living with my cousins, I just ran to the back shed and I just cried there for a bit. My mom told my uncle about it, and he took me to this place called Whataburger, which is really good. And basically, that while I was there, he basically said it was kind of my fault for that happening, for all those kids saying mean things. Basically saying, you know, if you got a cool haircut, I don't really think that would happen. You know, I mean, you do. Yeah, my hair didn't look the best, but I mean, I don't really think it was cool to say that. I still love my uncle, but I don't know.
What would you have wanted him to have told you there?
I don't know, that, like, just say that, like, kids are gonna be mean sometimes, and, you know, just, things will get better. Lunch was the worst part, you know, people from across the cafeteria, like, "Hey, are you a guy or a girl?" And stuff like that. And like, it felt like the entire cafeteria was looking at me.
Maybe you should join a motorcycle gang.
I might, get my switchblade out,
because
keep cruising for a bruising.
You've got a bunch of people who care about your well-being. It's like a band of brothers kind of thing.
I already got one of those.
Talking about us?
Yeah.
Is there something behind us?